check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.
Oh, whip out your brush, give it a clean. We're gonna paint a picture like the world's never seen. Come on and settle in for Tiny Peter's awesome night of art live stream. Oh, that says anal. Oh, for God. Why did no one tell me this? What the hell? Hello everyone and welcome back to another Tiny Peter's Awesome Night of Art stream. Why did no one tell me that it spells anal? No one told me this. Can someone please remind me next time that it spells anal? I don't want it to be called that anymore. Welcome one and all to... Oh, I'm a bit high up in frame there. I've got to not make sure I don't sit up too straight. I'm inverse Tiny Peter there. Need to slouch a bit like a lazy person, or like an unhappy
my dude,
person.
How are you? How was your weekend? Oh yeah, here we go. Art time. These art streams have gotten me back into drawing and creating things. Thanks as always. Hope all is well, my dude.
Yeah.
Yes, you won't read that one. Mr. Black says the word anal in it. Although you've put dots in it, so interesting. Thank you to Steven Skodes for 100 bits. I'm very well, thank you. I had a good weekend, very productive weekend. Glad to hear that the art streams have got you back into drawing and creating things. Mr. Black, thank you for the 200 bits. You paid 200 bits of good bit money there and didn't even get Robot Lady reading out your message. Scandalous. Let me do it on her behalf. Peter, it spells A-N-A-L. Probably how she would have read it. C. Bennett 12 subscribed for 23 months. That's level 1 of the hype train already complete, everyone. Well done. Thank you very much indeed. C. Bennett 12, 23 months. That's nearly 2 years. And C. Bennett says, that's somewhere between 1 year and 2 years. I hope everyone's having a good Monday. Absolutely. Excuse me. Desi Does Pizza subscribed for 20 months. Currently on a 12-month streak. Level 2 of the hype train is almost full already. What are you guys doing down there in the chat? I'm behind already, and people are being generous. Oh man, I forgot it's anal day. Guess it's time to get out of bed and do our art. Yeah, well, there's perhaps an even more important level of audience participation today, which we'll get into shortly. Ordinarily, it wouldn't be an art day today. Normally, I do my second stream of the month as the art stream. But there's 2 reasons why I'm not doing that. One is I'm not here next week, so I won't be doing a stream. Therefore, the art would be coming out on the art stream will be on the 3rd week of the month if I delayed it. But then at that point, I will have Lego Star Wars that I want to start streaming. It comes out tomorrow, so my stream. Maybe I should have just swapped with someone. That probably would have been a wise thing to do, and I could have streamed it straight away. But anyway, can't stream it this week because it's not out yet and I don't have a press copy, so I will be getting my copy tomorrow hopefully, but then I'm away next week, so then I want to start playing it finally on week 3 of the month, or stream 3 of the month, before everyone else has played it and it's no longer an interesting stream to watch. So if I didn't do the art stream now, if I did it in week 3, then we won't start playing the Lego Star Wars till week 4, the end of April, which is rubbish. Not doing that. So that's why we're arting today. And we will be...
Peter, the title spells Lana backwards. TTJ Cheeky Ben.
So it does. So that is why I'll be doing nothing next week, because I'm not here. It's my birthday. I will be turning 30. Jesus. And then the week after, I will be playing Lego, which will be fun. That's a kind of art, in a way, building things. Desi Does Pizza. Oh man, yeah, I read that one. Thank you for 20 months. Currently on a 1-year streak. Congratulations. We got 5 bits there from Plushy Labs Jennykin. I'd love to donate more, but postage costs have gone up, so I can't afford to. Hey, don't worry about it. That's okay. No, there's never any pressure or expectation, but thank you for the 5 bits. Mascot PS5 subscribed for 24 months. That's 2 whole years. A mascot says, that's quite a long time. It is quite a long time. It's 2 whole years. Charlie Von Karma subbed for 7 months, currently in a 7-month streak. By the way, we're halfway up to filling level 3 on the hype train now, everyone. Well done. Good afternoon, TP. I hope you and everyone else at TripleJump are doing well today. Can't wait to see the thrilling conclusion.
Oh heck yeah, excited for some more Neil Buchanan cosplay. Hope you are doing well. R.I.P. Cotton.
Oh, I know. June Brown, thanks for bringing down the stream. Whoever that was, I'll get to you in a minute. Yeah, rest in peace, June Brown, a legend of British television and theatre. It's a real shame, but she had a good innings. She was 95, and she apparently died very peacefully. So it's all any one of us could ask for, isn't it? Really, to have a nice long life, if that's what you want, and then a nice peaceful death, by the sounds of it, according to reports. So yeah, FE in the chat for June Brown. God rest her. Thank you again for continuing the art streams. It's a lot of fun, and I love seeing everyone's different art styles. Much love. Yes, Charlie Von Karma alludes there to what we will be doing today. I will get to it in just a moment, but it's very exciting. Steven Skodes gifted 2 subs. They've gone to Vazderot and Brennandino, I think. Thank you, Stephen, for gifting those 2. It takes you up to 326 gifts so far gifted to the community. Thank you very much, Stephen. It's very generous. Donak07 subscribed for 26 months now on a 26-month streak and says, hello, TP. Hope you're doing good. Looking forward to some ANAL. Indeed. TTJ Cheeky Ben. Thank you for that. GY Goliath gifting 2 subs. They've gone to Joski. I just literally touched my eyeball then when I did that. That was horrible. And Capricorn 71. Is that a Twitch stream highlight of the week? Maybe? Don't know. Someone tell Fraser. JL Soryu subscribed for... Thank you, GY Goliath, by the way. It's taken you up to 468 gifts so far to the community. You're not far off 500, which is bizarre. Bizarre is not as strong a word as I wanted to say, but my brain just gave me the word bizarre and it came out of my mouth. It's absolutely splendiferous. That's not synonymous with bizarre, but that is also what it is. JL Soryu subscribed for 7 months. Hope you're doing well. Always enjoy these streams. So great seeing everyone being creative. Although thought you might want to know the title spells anal. Oh, what? Does it? Oh no. Steven Skodes with 100 bits says, Peter, the title spells Lana backwards. So it does. Thank you, Steven, for the bits. Also, 100 bits from McPeaty94, who says, oh yeah, heck yeah, excited for some Neil Buchanan cosplay. Hope you're doing well. Rest in peace, .com.
Yeah.
Yes, McPeaty.
Hi, TP.
Sad news.
Loved the worst games ever episode. Shame such a weird, bad loose video game adaptation can come from a great film. Can't wait for you to see my WG thumbnails. I put too much work in, including adding out text descriptions on Twitter. Also, I am Spartacus. TTJ Peter Wave.
Spartacus. You know that thing that happens when you like either learn a new word or you hear a word you've not heard in a while, and then everywhere you go you hear it. I feel like that was pretty much the first time I'd ever heard the Spartacus thing. I know I will have seen it subconsciously on the internet and stuff, but I wasn't consciously aware of it until they were describing it to me, and I was like, okay, yeah. For those who don't know what we're talking about, it was in the podcast that went out over the weekend, the regular TripleJump podcast. And I was like, yeah, I kind of know what you're talking about, but I don't know. And then on Sunday, I was talking to a lady in a shop. Me and Amy were like out to buy stuff, and we had to it was the kind of shopping experience where you talk to a member of staff and they like walk you through the options. It wasn't just you go in the shop and buy a thing. It was like more of a higher ticket commodity. So we were like talking to the lady, and someone, I don't even remember why, but she said, oh, it's like I am Spartacus. And I went, yeah, yes it is. As though I knew well, I did know, but thank God, because like only a few days before did I learn exactly what that reference really is. It's weird. Those things happen in life, don't they? So yes, thank you, McPeaty, for the bits. Thank you to Peter. Don't touch any kind of balls on stream, says jelly-filled M Panda. What did I say about touching balls? Did I say something about touching balls? I don't know. Forgotten Media 141 with 100 bits. Hi TP, love the Worst Games Ever episode. Shame such... I've caught up, look. That's what I was just talking about. A weird, bad, loose video game adaptation can come from a great film. See, I've not seen the film, but I love Aardman in general. I love Aardman claymation. So I can only assume that Aardman DreamWorks animation has got to be at least okay. Can't wait for you to see my Worst Games thumbnails. I put too much work in, including adding alt text descriptions on Twitter. Oh wow, okay. Also, I am Spartacus. Yes, you are. Thank you, Forgotten Media, for the bits. Adi Pramana gifted a sub to Knock One Out. Taking Adi Pramana up to 122 gift subs to the channel. Thank you so much. Then the hype train ticked over and we got our level 2 emotes. Thank you to everyone who contributed to that. Very generous behaviour from all of you. And Steven Skodes gifted a sub to Lukey Blue Shoes, taking Stephen to 325 gift subs. Thank you, Stephen, for the gift. So, there we go. Then Forgotten Media earned a new Delicious Blips 5k bits badge. Fantastic. Congratulations. Good to see that there are references that Ashton knows and Peter doesn't. Indeed. Yeah, that's what... It makes me feel better in a way. And Lord Brotovich, of course. First TP stream of the month. You know what that means. It's only resub time for me once again. And in contrast to my now 25th-year-old brittling bones and aching back, this subscription is as strong as ever. Big keys to you, my dude, and the others as well, I guess. Oh, well, keys back to you, Lord Brotovich. And happy birthday. Has your birthday been and gone now? I know it's an early April one, but I can't remember the date. But I guess, going off that message, you are now 25. Happy birthday to Lord Brotovich. Everyone say in the chat. Wish our mod a happy birthday. A 38-month streak there from Lord B. Thank you very much for your ongoing loyalty to the brand. Adi Pramana also gifting a sub now to 456789, taking Adi Pramana up to a cool 123 gift subs. Thank you so much for the continued gifts, everyone, and Adi Pramana particularly. There we go. So, I'm caught up. Look at me. Hey, it's great. Today, everybody, we are going to be finishing the Billy Ray Walrus files, or the Billy Ray files. I don't know what it's called. The Billy Ray files. So for those who don't know, let me come over here to the shared screen. You'll have to ignore the fact that there's like trending news down here that none of us want to think about for the next 2 hours if we can help it. We're in the privileged position where a lot of us, if not all of us, don't have to think about the actual war atrocities going on in the world right now, but I can't make them go away, so you'll have to just not look at them. So this is the Billy Ray files. It's my pinned tweet thread. It's a collaborative comic by the TripleJump community. For those who don't know, we started this alongside the first art stream. I drew this page, and it is a sort of improvised story that we've just been making up page by page. There are now 28 pages, I think, or 27 pages. The only thing is that for a while I have been just completely forgetting to organize it and like tell the next person that it's their turn to go on, you know, on the next page. And you know, I had like I used to have a spreadsheet where I kept all the information and stuff, and then we're that busy day to day in the office doing like the really important things like uploading videos that I just sort of forget that this exists, and I love it, and I don't know why I forget it, but you know, what can you do? So I thought today, anyone who is able to do, and this is important, anyone who is able to do art now, today, live, doesn't matter whether you do it digitally or physically, and is then going to be able to submit their page before the end of the stream so that we can look at them all right? Those people, I would like us all, everyone who can, who falls into that category, to do the ending to the Billy Ray files. Now, of course, if you're not able to submit art in the next 2 hours, or if you're watching on the VOD, or you don't want to actually submit to the chain itself, you could do, you can like draw along at home in some other way, like we always do on the art stream. You can either draw something completely of your own, desires, or maybe you could do like a portrait of Billy Ray in his private detective's outfit. He's missing his facial hair, but everyone else remembered to put it on. I forgot. Or you could do a hypothetical page, or you could do page 1 of your own collaborative comic and post it on your own Twitter account and carry that on with your friends. So whatever you want to do, it's all possible, it's all doable. But I'm going to be getting a list together now of everyone who can commit to doing a page today and submitting it before the end of the stream. That's in 2 hours time. So for me it's 7 p.m. BST, or I started late, so about 7 p.m. BST, and then what we'll do collaboratively, because obviously we can't have loads of people doing a page all at the same time, because then how would you know where the story is going to go? So what we're going to have to do before people start drawing is come up with the story between us in the chat, and I'll break it up into pages and distribute it to everyone who's able to do so. If that makes any sense at all. Don't worry, I know what we're doing. All I need to know in the chat now is if you are able to do a page for us today within the next 2 hours. Just type a single message that says, I will draw. Okay? In caps or lowercase or whatever you want. Just write, I will draw in a message. And if you're not able to draw a page for us and submit it online onto Twitter, #TJR, don't put I will draw, because we need all the pages at the end for the story to make sense. I hope this all makes sense. I hope you understand what I'm trying to organize here. Okay. So let me make a little note of all these people. Hello, cursor, mouse cursor. Give me some control. So there's no pressure to be good, by the way. If the only thing that's holding you back is because you think you're bad, number one, you're probably not bad, and number two, even if you are, I don't care. So we have got Mr. Black, Lord Brotovich, Carry the Worst, Charlie Von Karma, who else? Anybody else? GY Goliath. Goliath. Pup George. Are we going to agree on how this ends? Yeah, that's what we're going to have to do. So, last 30 seconds, last minute or so. If you miss out now, obviously you can still draw along at home and do whatever you want and stuff, but you won't be able to be part of that final chain, okay? I will draw. Just write that in the chat within the next half a minute, and I'll add you to the list. But at the moment, we've got Mr. Black, Lord Brotovich, Carry the Worst, Charlie Von Karma, GY Goliath, and Pup George. If I missed you out, let me know. But there we go. I think we've got it. Oh, and we've also got Plushy Labs Jennykin. Oh, flip it. Go on then. I will do our draw. Okay. Plushy Labs Jennykin. Excellent. Well, I think I'm going to call it there. So we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I will do page 8. So now, Peter. So we've got 8 pages. We need to come up with 8 pages worth of story. And I'm going to catch you all up on how the story has gone now. Now there's a tiny little continuity error in here, which we will gloss over. I'll point it out when it happens, and then we'll gloss over it. It was an easy mistake to make because I did a very strange maneuver in my second page, which really kind of forced everyone else's hand and was a bit of a strange plot choice, but I'll point it out. So, Billy Ray Walrus, Private Eye gets a knock on his door, and there's a mystery box outside. What on earth is going on? What is this? It's by Psylog. Call me Alex. Billy! And it's Dick Mychinko. Billy's like, what? Didn't you get abducted by aliens? Well, technically, I went back to my home planet. But that's not important right now. I've come back to Earth because I need your help, Billy. I'm in mortal danger. I brought you something that might help explain things. And he hands over Emma, Jungle Skog. Billy activates his detective vision and sees that the label says property of Barbara Pierce. He's like, whoa, what? Now, at this point, I did the next page on an art stream, and all I wanted to do was avoid using Barbara in this story because I thought, hey, that's Ben's character, that's Ben's thing. I don't want to start getting involved in the Babs lore and creating our own universe and fiction around Babs. So I immediately killed her off. And this is what confused people. So I said, huh? Isn't that the Jungle Skog that Babs left you in her will? Sure is. It was stolen from me for a ransom. And then this is a little flashback to 3 days earlier of it having been stolen from the pedestal. And that's his laser security system. Now, this single frame is the only thing that happened 3 days earlier. And the story then continues back in this area, in the present tense. But that gets slightly misconstrued a couple pages down the line, but we just pretend that doesn't happen, okay? So we're back in present tense now. So you got to help me find out who did this, Billy. I had to renounce all of my walrus crimes in order to get Jungle Skog back. So that's what he did, and that's how he's got her back. So she's back, but he's like, hey, who took her in the first place? Don't worry, Dick. I got the most advanced investigation tools on this side of the time. Google. Who hates Jungle Skog? This seems pretty suspicious to me. And that's Jack the Jobber's Twitter account. He doesn't like Emma. The evidence seems stacked against this man, but I'm not sure. There must be more to this. I can feel it in my bones. I think I need to make a phone call. It's Ecock. Hello? Hello? Rules boss. Rules boss. Listen carefully. So here's where we have a slight sidestep. It's a tragedy of Shakespearean proportions. Our dear Jungle Skog's been abducted by a heartless fiend. She must be trembling with fear, lost and alone. Rules boss, I beseech you, I implore you, help us. Hello, this is Rules boss. So I think Billy was just pretending she's still missing, just to really raise the stakes and get Rules boss to help out. I think that's all he was doing. But she's not actually still missing. She's safe.
R.I.P. Babs. Passing one round in heaven with Dot Cotton and Auntie Mabel.
Carrie the Worst says, I'm so sorry. Carrie, it was a very, very easy mistake to make, given that there was a single panel that said 3 days earlier, and then a little line down here saying, anyway, I got her back, but yeah, help me find out who took her in the first place. And that's all there was. And then everyone was expected to have, noticed that. So it's very easily, it happened very easily. Don't worry about it. This is a challenge. Not from the desk of Ecock, but yes, this is a challenge. So, you'll help? Yes, this is Rose Boss. Meet me at the Coop Chicken House where they find the first clue. Aha, yes, pal. Finally, I'm on my way. Wait, wrong way. Billy is finally on his way. So Billy's on his way to Coop Chicken House. Okay, Billy, keep your eyes open for anything suspicious. To Billy Ray Walrus from Rules Boss. Oh, hello. Who is this? Oh my walrus. A drink, milady? Oh, this is by Steph. Sam's lovely partner. It's very good. And that's how I ended up starting Much Better Detective Agency. So tell me about yourself. You don't talk very much, do you? Huh? Oh yeah. I came here for all the notes. Hello, this is Rules Boss. I was waiting here for a while, but you never arrived. I had to leave. It's very rude to make people wait, Billy. Enclosed with this note are 2 other ransom notes that I believe could be connected to your case. 2 new ransoms? Can't be a coincidence. Yes, I agree. It could not be a coincidence. This would be easier to discuss if I were here when you could talk in person, but that time has passed and you are late. Anyway, I have reason to believe Beryl here will be the target of this person. I will tell you that this person is not here. It's not an unbroken record. That makes it difficult. There's so much room in this paper. I can't elaborate on my reasoning. I hope it makes you very easy case, but also so rules boss. Jack wouldn't do all of this, would he? Palmusek, Ivy, Beryl is the next target as well. A lot of kidnapping going on. So he's gone back to base, presumably. So many. Oh, back to the. What do they call it? The office, I suppose. The precinct. So many questions. What does it mean? Who took Emma? Where is Barbara? She's dead. Where did Rules Boss get the notes? That's a good question. Could it be Jack? How did he send the box? And one of the notes reads, Palmusek, Tyne Bridge, midnight. At least Rules Boss found us our next lead. The thought of Palmusek alone and scared hurts my achy, breaky heart. But this old walrus has a few tricks up his sleeve. Time for a stakeout. Oh, and he's being watched by someone. Is this a white feather? Don't know. Could be. I swung by a familiar neighborhood, dropped Beryl off with an old flame of hers. He wasn't too pleased, but I know she's safe for now. The Tyne looked beautiful and eerie in the moonlight. The old bridges looming over the river, their lights blinking across the water like electric stars. My little walrus heart twists at the thought of what might become of the hostages. I need to focus on the task at hand, no matter how gruesome the outcome. All I have to do is wait it out. Could be in for a long night. So noir, this one. I love it. It's brilliant. Yawn. So tired. I mean, could they not have met me at lunchtime or something? Gives me time to try beat my score on Little Mermaid 2 pinball. Bonk. Friend Zach, does that say? So he's been knocked out by someone with a hat. Could be Jack. It's a bobble hat there. Comedy bump. Ropes. Wakey wakey, eggs and bakey. Aye. Oh no, it's Steven Seagull. Sorry for the crude way I brought you here, Billy. I'm not your enemy, not this time. But this is the only warning you get. Drop the case for your own good. You see, this goes much deeper than you realize. The kidnapping goes on long before you and I, Billy, back to a time when names were redacted. Meanwhile, he's slipped his penknife out and he's cut his rope. Kapow! Not so fast, Seagull. I want answers or I'll achy break your heart. Mwahaha, says Steven Seagull, bringing in two henchmen. But immediately, upon the reveal of Scandal Penguin and Ruse Boss, Billy and Ruse Boss wink at each other. Because actually, Ruse Boss is apparently a double agent. He kicks the crap out of Steven Seagull, kapow, and Scandal Penguin says it's a betrayal. This is another great page. There's loads of great pages. Get him, Ruse. Good day. You're no match for my martial arts skills. Boom, boom, pow, biff. And then actually, apparently, no, that's not true. He is a match. Nice try, Seagull, but you'll never get the better of me now. Better of me now. Talk. I'll never talk. You'll have to kill me first. Okay. Blam. Now talk, you fiend. Hello, Stephen? Oh, I see what he meant there. That's another good one. So today, my menu will be roasting Steven Seagull. Now, where did that knife go? Scandal Penguin, no! He's got the knife. Stand by, we're experiencing technical difficulties. And there we go, a perfectly roasted Steven Seagull. Let's eat dinner. Let's start the autopsy and then question Scandal Penguin. Hey, if you want answers, we can't stay here. And then I have added a page today, just as the stream went live. Moments later, on a dark street corner, let me put it this way. Kidnapping sure is challenging. Guys, I think the only way that we can make this story make any sense. Going to give you a reveal now. It's been Rules Boss all along. He is a Lord of Chaos, and he has set challenges for everyone involved in this, and they're all compelled to complete them. That's just the way it goes. That's why some people seem to be acting bizarrely. That's why people seem to be betraying each other, because simply the puppet master behind it all is Rules Boss himself. So, what we'll do is, maybe if I randomize this order of people, that's what I'll do. I'm going to pick a random order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 of you. 2, 3. What we can do, actually, this is a better idea. It still gives people creative freedom. We can get people to quickly write the synopsis of their 3 pages in the chat. See, then it means we don't have to like all come up with a story together and make everyone draw a specific page. So I'm gonna how can I generate a randomized order of numbers? Can I just do that? Random sequence generator. Yeah, smallest value. Right, 1 to 7. Get sequence. So 3, 5, 2. Okay, so the order is number 3. It's Carrie. You're up next. Then number 5 is GY Goliath. Number 2 is Lord Brotovich. Number 7 is Jennykin. Number 1 is Mr. Black. Number 4 is Charlie Von Karma. And number 6 is Pup George. So, chat, if you would be so kind, in that order, those of you who are involved, it would be lovely if you could come up with like a one line each about what your page is going to be, just for the benefit of the person going after you. So Carrie, if you say what's going to happen next. Oh, I've already lost the order. There we go. Yeah, so it's chaotic, I know, it's chaotic, but I'm going to start drawing now for those who aren't involved in this at all. So we need a 7-page ending. Yes, we do. So that's the order. Oh dear, I'm sure this will all be fine and normal. I know, the pressure here. So yeah, if you can summarize what you're going to do in your respective pages one by one, then it allows the next person to know what they're going to do next, if that makes any sense. So the theme today is chaos indeed. Relax Tiger, or anyone who is not who wasn't here at the start of the stream and opted in to do a page of comic. We're drawing comic pages today, so obviously we're all going to be doing Billy Ray Files comics, but I would like, I welcome everyone to do their own kind of comic page, of their own superhero or their own detective or whatever they like. I'm going to start just drawing what I'm hoping will be a fitting ending. Yeah, I'll do it like that actually. So I'm going to do the very last page now, and it's going to be a sort of epilogue of maybe Billy like sipping a drink on a beach or something. Maybe he's retired, Hopefully that makes sense with whatever you guys opt, whatever you guys go with. But we'll have to see. I want a harder edge than that. Peter, I'm here to mod, not to think. I don't think people understand what I'm asking them to do. Carrie, you're going to be doing the next page, okay? Like immediately after the one that's in the thread. And if you can like decide what you're going to draw, and then just write it in the chat, because otherwise, if you just like draw something, the next person can't draw theirs until you've drawn yours. But obviously, it might take you the whole stream. So everyone who's doing a page needs to collaborate in the chat, or just say what they're going to be doing based off what the person before them has said. So Carrie, you need to think about what your pages are going to be, and just quickly write in the chat like roughly what's going to happen, or where you're going to leave it, so that then the next person can say what they're going to do, and the person after that can say what they're going to do, and so on. Hopefully that makes sense. Oh, I've screwed this up again. I've got to do that. I've got to do it a third time because I don't want the white background. Okay. Cool. Mr. Black's even gonna do a Word document. I was planning on the start of a face-off with Rules Boss, if that's okay. Absolutely, everything's okay. It just we're trying to do continuity in a live multi-page drawing scenario. So I don't know. It's difficult. Like. Because obviously if people are doing like conversations and ending them like halfway through like some dialogue, then it's hard to keep a conversation going. So it kind of needs to be like, people need to be drawing stuff that is going to be straightforward for someone else to continue on from without the context. I'm going to draw Billy throwing his cool hat, which turns out to be a cool weapon, which ties up Rules Boss with a rope. Okay, have we... How far are we up to? Okay, what order are we doing? Carrie, then Goliath, then Lobrotovich. Okay. I wish your Rules Boss hitting Billy with a phone and leaving him on the back foot. Okay, you're not going to use dialogue. That's fine, Carrie. You can use dialogue as long as it's finished by the end of the page. So you can start with dialogue if you want them to talk in like the first panel or whatever. But then I guess they start fighting. Yeah, maybe should we simplify it? Should we say let's do a fight sequence? Let's do that. That makes it easy. So Carrie, you can do like they meet each other, and and then like the person after you, they're fighting at that point, and then pretty much everyone can like make their way collaboratively through a fight scene. Yes, that is a very good idea, because then it's just simpler, isn't it? We don't have to worry too much about coordinating too closely. So by all means, Carrie, you get going on what you just said. The start of a confrontation. Duo Goliath is going to do, what was it? Hitting Billy with a phone, leaving on the back foot. Then it's Lobrotovich. I'm going to throw Billy throwing his hat, which turns out to be a cool weapon, which ties up Rules Boss with a rope. Okay. So then it's Jennykin after Yes, and then so he'll be tied up. Oh, no rope, nothing tied up, so they can still fight. I don't know. This is far more chaotic than I expected it to be. It really is. I feel bad for those who aren't involved in this at all, who are just here to like draw, to just draw stuff. But I'm with you guys now. I'm just drawing. We're just I'm gonna draw a comic panel, and you guys, anyone who's watching along at home, can be drawing a comic right now, even if they're not part of the Billy Ray ending collaboration. I'm hoping. TP said it was just going to be a fight. It doesn't have to just be a fight. Just as long as you guys are happy, collaborate. As long as you're clear what the person before you is doing, you guys are welcome to kind of sort it out between you. I don't want to like instruct. I was just saying if we were getting concerned about how are we going to make this work, then that, you know, we could have just said it can only be fighting. But it doesn't have to just be fighting. It sounds like we're starting with a fight, which is fine. You know, what better way to start an epic conclusion? Okay, that's nice. All I would ask is that whoever does the last few pages doesn't kill off Billy Ray, because I've got to sort of awkwardly make it so that he is somehow able to be sipping drinks on a beach at the end. So if you're not involved in the Billy Ray files ending right now, but you're drawing along at home, what are you drawing? Let me know in the chat. I think we're there now. I think it's settled. I think we've worked out what's going on roughly. Has everyone? Who is it who's keeping track? I think Mr. Black has a document. Has everyone declared? Do we know? It's fine if we've not, but just let me know when we have got declarations from everybody. Obligatory palm tree coming up. Oh, that's an eraser somehow. Don't know how I managed that. Lovely. Doing a bit of miniature kit bashing while watching the chaos, says Deadeye Minis. Anyone who's not involved in this is probably glad they didn't volunteer, because it's stressful. Maybe make it a bit thinner at the top. Something like that. That's fine. Good. Who had a nice weekend? How were your weekends? And what else are people doing? Hang on. I can't draw. I just want novel noises to fight off the ever-encroaching silence. I mean, that's fine. Eden is drawing a cute Detective Billy. Excellent. Can't wait to see it. All I'll say is, remember that time I asked you your favourite Unholy War character, says Jack. That was... Oh, I see. Oh, right. I thought you meant you were comparing that to the Chaos, which was also... I mean, it was a chaotic answer that I gave. But I guess that might be in answer to the question, what are you drawing? How exciting, Jack. My weekend was filled with wrestling and hanging out with friends for it, says Stephen. That's nice. Yeah, has it been WrestleMania, I think? The guys in the office have all been busy and up at silly hours in the morning doing coverage, I believe. That'll do. It's not actually as palm tree as I wanted it to be, but or maybe I can do some kind of thin bits. Drawing with a wireless mouse on a sofa, so you'll have to forgive the quality here. I've been kit bashing, or even trash bashing, you might call it, a kind of a spaceship that used to be a kind of fake knockoff Transformer toy, like just this big robot, but not branded, not Transformer branded, that I bought in a charity shop for like £3. I took it apart and I stuck it back together again in a different order. That's probably better than it was without, I think, this tree. And I'm just waiting now for my birthday to come round because I've asked for some green stuff, which for those who aren't in the know, who have no idea what about, I mean, I'm not saying I've got any idea about sculpting and kit bashing and stuff, but I do happen to know what green stuff is. If you don't know what green stuff is, it might sound like I can't remember the name of it, but that is actually the brand name. It's a kind of epoxy sort of modeling thing. Is it a resin? I don't think it's resin. I don't know what it is, but it's like you can use it for modeling and like filling in gaps and stuff. And it's like kind of expensive for how much you get. So I just thought, and I'm very difficult to buy for on my birthday. So although I am in a position that I could have bought a little bit of green stuff, I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to wait for my birthday to come round. I'm going to ask for some green stuff. And then I'm going to finish my spaceship. But it's been sitting on a shelf now for like a couple of weeks because I knew my birthday was coming up. So, yeah. So I think you guys have come up with a thing between you. Well done, everyone. I know it was a bit of a tricky ask. So Carrie is going to, perhaps mute your audio if you don't want to know what's about to happen. If you don't want the spoilers, but I'm just going to read through it. Carrie's going to start the fight with Rules Boss. Duo Goliath is going to have Rules Boss hitting Billy with a phone and leaving him on the back foot. Lord B throwing Billy his hat, which turns out to be a cool weapon, ends up tying him up. Billy thinks he won because Rules Boss is tied up, but surprise, infinitely more Rules Bosses. Oh my god. Mr. Black says Rules Boss thinks he has the upper hand, but surprise, other Walrus family members, Miley and Hannah Montanity. Yes, Hannity Montana. And is that... so that's Mr. Black. So then we were waiting on, I guess you guys were waiting on Charlie Von Karma, who was reading up and then deciding, okay. And then after Charlie Von Karma will be Pup George. So between the two of you, Peter, I'm stressed, says Carrie, the worst. This is meant to be a chill stream, isn't it? And all I've done is said, hey, who wants this really important, time-sensitive, difficult to coordinate job? Yeah? You guys? Okay, great. Off you go. So I appreciate everyone who took a chance on this. So between you, Charlie Von Karma and Pup George need to essentially hopefully have Billy win that fight. I could draw Billy shouting, let's kick some Walra ass, and then Miley RW taking out all the RBs with the wrecking ball. Oh my god. Okay, sure. That sounds great. That sounds wild. So Pup George, you get the sort of final shot of victory. And don't worry necessarily about including Walrus family members and piles of dead rules bosses, because that sounds quite intense. Sounds like a lot. So Pup George, you just need to subdue rules boss by the sounds of it, by any means necessary. I mean, Billy's got a gun if you want to use that, so it's fine. So now I'm gonna do Billy. Sorry, I've stopped it really badly mid-sentence there. I'm gonna do Billy. Lying on a beach, enjoying himself. They sort of have tails like that, don't they? Walruses and stuff. Like, they don't have... I was drawing like a big whale's tail, but they've almost got like 2 feet joined together. That's kind of how it is. I'm just doing a bit of a splash page, says Pup George. Okay, cool. So you're the last one at the end of the fight. Hopefully this comes out relatively coherent. If there are any gaps, I can always throw in an extra page in my own time, and I'll add it all to the thread tonight or tomorrow, and then we'll have a final thing, which will be great. Good. So. Sounds like you've all got your assignments. In fact, what I could do now is could take a little break and do the gallery while people are away doing their comic pages or whatever it is you're doing, whether you're kit bashing or whether you're drawing a Billy as Eden is, or whatever. Take a little closer look at the gallery, son, from last week. Let's do that, shall we? Let's have a little gallery break. This is so chill. Thank you, TP, for the chillness. Yeah, for sure. Not sure what it cost you, TP, but the last lot of green stuff I bought was 15 quid for a 36-inch ribbon. Yeah, I mean, when I say it's expensive, I mean for per unit gram. You know, when you consider relatively, you get relatively little of it for it. You know, as I say, I could afford it if I wanted to, but I thought I'm that hard to buy for. I was like, oh, people want to know what to get me for my birthday, and I don't know. So I was like, oh, get me some green stuff if you like. I don't have any yet, and I need some. And I was going to buy some, but I'll just wait for my birthday. Yeah. It's only expensive in the sense that, you know, I was going to say printer ink is expensive. I mean, it's not the same at all, because printer ink is really expensive. But, you know, like, art supplies are just expensive, aren't they, relatively speaking? If you weighed them out on a scale, you get a lot more apples for your money. So what am I doing? The gallery, that's it. Remember? So hashtag TJArt. Oh goodness, we've had a few things. Right, so that's what I did last week. I forgot all about this. Christmas Ape goes to summer camp. Oh no. It's horrid, isn't it? This is a very accurate reply as well, by the way, from the Impressionist. It does indeed require the Phoenix Games logo just down here, just to really set it off. But so I'm going to go over what we did see last week. So for those who weren't around for the previous stream, we did worst games ever thumbnails, which was a bit of an interesting brief, a bit of an unusual one. So here we go. Jack Bradshaw did this, which is excellent, both in terms of it being an excellent reference and also just an excellent piece of artwork anyway. Lee Carvalho's pudding challenge, now with scoring pencil. There it is. with scorecard and scoring pencil. It's for Nintendo, apparently. It's fantastic. We also had Journey to the Mod Basement, Rat Surprise Snack Box, of course. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm reading it in the wrong order. So what's for dinner in the Mod Basement tonight? Rat Surprise Snack Box, of course. It's always the Rat Surprise Snack Box. There they are. Look at these dapper lads. Then we had this from Not a Tadpole. Tiny Peter's Anal, the Livestream the game. Peter Paint, Super Nintendo. Try it yourself. So it's a game where you play as me doing art. And this is the Worst Games Ever episode of that. It's very meta. This is brilliant and horrible. It's the Down Boy Down Part 2 Sit, damn it, for the Wii U. The dogs are going to get you. It's sad about it though, so, you know. Here's a brilliant one for Sonic the Hedgehog the movie, the game. There's the old bad Sonic with the Photoshop paint filter applied. It's great, and God, imagine playing that. That would be quite a game. We had a couple of people recreate the Jaws one. This is, I should have name checked who that was. That was Mr. Black, of course. And this was Shy Bees. Did I do names for? Yes, I did. Jack Bradshaw. G.Y. Goliath with this wonderful one. This is a recreation of the Jaws Unleashed thumbnail that I created when I had absolutely nothing to work with whatsoever, because the game didn't look particularly bad in still form. It only looked bad in motion. So trying to do a thumbnail and make it look like a bad Worst Games Ever is tricky. This is Lobrotovich, best games ever. Worst games ever, but it's the best game ever. And he's gone for like true thumbnail stuff. Red circles, arrows, annotations. It's great. Here's the Unholy War episode. Steven Skodes with Saw 2, which is a game that Steven has submitted for Worst Games Ever. It's a PS3 game, which are not easy to do. We've done a couple of them in the past, but you have to actually physically play it on a PS3, which you then have to capture with a capture card, which just makes it trickier. Because the PS3 is apparently really dodgy, well, not dodgy, but like difficult hardware and software, and therefore just creating a PS3 emulator is not very straightforward. This is great. This is a recreation of the Lassie episode by Becky Fordham. It's brilliant. There's that big mouth, and there's the farmer. Then we had another one of the shark Jaws episode. Donna Chapman. This is unfinished, I guess, because it's still being coloured in. I can't remember if we got a final version of it later on. This is an interesting reference. This is the Tom Jones SingStar that Nicholas has made, because of course #TJArt we share with Tom Jones fan artists. They don't come around very often, but if you keep your eyes peeled, you might see Tom Jones occasionally on the hashtag. Christmas Ape Goes to Summer Camp. That's by a boy called Peter Austin of age 29.9. Dead Eye Minis did this, which is, what is this? Have I seen this? Bass effect. Yeah, bass effect, bass effect. There's a bass guitar. There is a bass fish. There is someone who I ought to recognize but don't. And there's someone who's upside down. Oh, it's Megan Trainor. I'm all about that bass. Who is this? Anyone know who that is? It's not Bass Hunter, is it? If it is, he's aged quite badly. Oh, here we go. Here's the finished one from Donna. This is great. Look at it. Oh, I love it with colour. It's even better. This guy looks quite happy. I'm pleased. Lance Bass. I don't know who that is, but okay. Dead Eye Minis are saying bass. People are saying it's Bass Hunter. Is that what Bass Hunter looks like now? See, this is Bass Hunter. Oh, is that Bass Hunter? I suppose so. That's what I think of when I think of Bass Hunter. I guess it's the same person. I mean, it's this image here, but like, I don't think this guy looks as European as this guy. That's what Bass Hunter looks like. He's old Peter, it happens to us all. I know it does, but I just think it literally, it's not even that like this guy is like an older version of this guy. I don't think they even look the same. don't they have the same fate, like bone structure? I'm not saying, ooh, he got old. I suppose he has the same parting in his hair, though. I suppose it is Base Hunter. Okay, well, we all get old. I'm getting older. How does someone look European, says Lovbrotovich. Well, you just have that look about you. This is from Fergus Jeffs. Enjoy the thumbnails for these forgotten games. So there's alt text on these, right? How do I do that? Do I do you just hover over it? I've forgotten how you even view alt text. I know if you have like a screen reader, you can see it. But oh, is that? Oh yeah, I think that is actually the alt text there, but it's quite difficult to. I don't know. I'm not sure, but anyway, these are great. So, been digging through my forgotten media 141 mines. I myself am pleased with the results, brought to you by MS Paint. So we've got Journey to the Mod Basement. We've got Loaf Bretovich there, or Lord Brotovich, Trialing Badger, and Mr. Black Panther, I guess. You could have done Simpsons Mr. Black, but I think this is far kind of sexier. It's got like more mystique about it. It's a bit, you know, it's intriguing. You want to play the game, I think, because it's got a panther. You have to click on where it has an alt icon. Where? How do I do it? I don't know how to do it. But on the main post, okay. Up here. So here's the main post. Oh yeah, and shouldn't it have like, it actually says alt, doesn't it, normally? I think it like says it in the bottom of, I don't know, maybe, I'm not sure. But anyway, we'll go to the next one. This is Worst Games Ever, the series, the movie, the game. Oh my god, what does that say? The official, get real close to my screen. The official cash grab tie-in video game to the movie picture based on the cult BBC Two late night TV series for the SNES. It's fantastic. There's Ben, there's me, I think that's me. There's Billy Ray, and there's Ben again. I'm assuming that's me. Maybe it's not, but he looks small, so it probably is. That is definitely Ben Potter. Man with beard, of course. This is brilliant. I guess it only shows up for me, says Forgotten Media. Yeah, alt text should be, it should be more obvious, shouldn't it? I've seen pictures where it says alt before, and I don't know why it's not showing it here. But anyway, I appreciate the effort. And this is Wallace and Gromit, No Mercy. Oh, look at this, BRG, Billy Ray Games. Aardman, 18 plus for the PS3. This is Wallace, of course. This is Gromit. This is Wallace with his laser eyes. There's another Gromit with like scars and a gun. And this is a sort of evil robot. That might be from a Wallace and Gromit game, like Project Zoo or something, or it could have just been placed there. It might be an upgraded version of Cooker, the evil robot from the moon, who is not evil. It could be Grombot, perhaps. They are fantastic, Fergus Jeffs. Thank you very much indeed for your efforts. Those are great. Shame I can't see the alt text, but never mind. Oh my lord, what is going on here? As it's the early April birthday season, decided to do something special for my fellow early April BD boys, Lord Brot and that Peter Austin. Them having a showdown in their unholy war personas. Who do you guys have your money on? I'm betting on Lord Brotovic. Brontovic, very good. Very good indeed. So there's Lord Brontovic and Peter Razor Foston. Excellent. These are great, Jack. Thank you very much. You've even got the text pretty much identical. So Lord Brotovich's favourite character is seemingly Brontu. I struggled to decide mine. I gave about 4 different answers, but yeah, Razorfane's pretty cool. I believe, I'm gonna have to check this now. If if you want an answer for who would win in that fight, if I head to the Unholy War wiki and go to Brontu, I think Razorfane is strong versus Brontu. I think it says it in the game. Strong versus Brontu. Or does Brontu say weak versus Razorfane? Oh, they don't have it written on the wiki. And that's a shame. He's getting the stats. Says Lovrotovich. Yeah, I can't. I wonder if they're available anywhere. Don't know. I probably can't get them up on computer, but it's all out there. The information is available. Oh, I think I might be able. Do I have stats for? Oh no, I'm wrong. I am incorrect. I've got the stats for Razorfane. It says weak versus Brontu. So there you go. I think Lord Brotovich would win. Lord Brontovich. I quite like fighting a Brontu with a Razorfane. I think you can, unload a fair few blades into a Brontu while he's coming at you, like Cleopatra. But sure, whatever. We'll have to. There's only one way to find out. BillyCon. People are drawing Billy Ray detectives. It's fantastic. Cameron J. Keywood. Been busy with uni deadlines, so haven't been able to draw. So enjoy this picture of my butchie Indigo, or Indy for short. There's Indy. That's fantastic. Hello, Indy. Oh, very beautiful. Beautiful plumage. Look at this. It's from Eden and Pops. What Eden has been doing during the art stream. Cute Detective Billy. That's very cute. Man, look at the shading on this. Eden, you've come on in leaps and bounds. I mean, you were always good, but you've put like shadow and stuff on it. That's fantastic. Got a big... I don't think there's been a single occasion where a magnifying glass has been shown in this detective drama, and frankly, that is a bad thing for us to have missed out. So Eden has clearly plugged some gaps there in the story. I think that's a very good thing to have included. And here's Donna Chapman's Billy. It's a similar thing. Oh, look at him. He looks exhausted. This is great, Donna. A big fan of that. So I better carry on with mine. There we go. So that was the gallery. But please do submit your stuff as and when it's ready. We will look again at the gallery at the end of the stream, so don't worry about it if you're not done yet. I'm not expecting you to be done. We've got about an hour left to finish our respective pages of things. I feel like maybe it should be more like that. Excellent. He's going to be reclining. He's going to be leaning back. Hands on his head. He's still got his detective jacket on, though. Of course he has. He's never off duty. So eyedropper, brush. There we go. That's not quite the shape of head I normally do. It's normally a bit rounder. Fantastic. Pleased with that. Pretty much shows what I was going for. Maybe his hands would start here, actually. So I'll do a bit of pink and I'll separate them from his head in due course. But yeah, that looks better, I think. Yeah, big fan of that. So if I maybe just have a slightly darker pink or purple. I think he's maybe got his eyes shut entirely. lovely. Oops. That's not central at all. There we go. But I want a nice, content smile. Because at the moment he looks a bit cross, but... there. See, now he looks a bit happier. I just need to put a few lashes on him just to show that he's got a nice shirt.
Happy 420 BBBB Blazed my dudes Lord
Blaze it,
16
everyone.
dab. Since this is the thrilling finale of the Billy Ray Files, here are some detective jokes. Why is it so hard to be a detective in the North Pole? Everything is a cold case. Ha ha ha.
Very good.
What did the retired detective call his new real estate business? Sherlock Holmes. Hi E. What do you call a detective
I
in
pressed the
bed?
button.
Going undercover. Ho ho ho. What's the difference between a detective and a pirate? One's a private eye, the other is a private ear. Ha ooh ooh.
A privateer. Very good. Big fan of those. Bit of facial hair on Billy. It's kind of the same colour as his mouth though. Let me go for a more browny brown. Yeah. Something like that. Not really sure about the colour scheme. I think he looks perhaps a little bit more feminine here. But hey, that's fine. I like how my three the three things that I've done for the 3 pages I've done for this have been drawn in like completely different styles each and every time. Well, not completely different, but like fairly different from time to time. Like this has got quite a lot of weird close-up detail and like thin black outlines on stuff, which I don't normally do, but yeah. So there's his mullet. Maybe a bit of it is coming down here. Yeah. Oh, and he's got sideburns as well. I always forget those. Okay, cool. That's fine. I am going to carry on with this slightly unusual outline style that I'm doing. Oh, no, that's not good. No. Okay. Only thing is we probably don't need it all the way up there. Something like that. That's fine. It's not my best Billy face I've ever done, but sure. I'll take it. There's an awful lot of shouting going on upstairs. I can only assume they're recording something, but do you remember that time they were recording something upstairs and there was that much of a scream that I was like, I honestly feel like I just need to go and check on them up there just in case. Yeah, that actually happened once. I think it was during an art stream, actually. I was like, normally I'm used to the screaming and shouting, but you never quite know. Do you know what I really don't like? I don't like the colour of his jacket that I've gone with here. It just looks kind of gross and weird, but too late, I think. It'd be a real waste of time to start changing that round. Did we ever figure out which video that was? Oh, I don't think so, no. It's really hard to distinguish, hard to tell them apart. If I'd said to them, hey, what was that video where you were screaming the other day? They'd be like, oh, you're going to have to be way more specific than that. How did I'm going to have to look at flipping Eden's reference image here. See, you guys have done it properly. Okay, it's like actually joined together with just a little. See, I'm kind of separating them out, but it's probably not. Don't really know how do walrus go? How do walrus? I don't know what I'm doing here. Hang on. Maybe if we just do it like that. And then I'll take a darker, bit of darker perp. Maybe just this colour here. Yeah, just like that, I guess. Hang on. That'll do. Not sure it's quite right, but yeah, that's fine. Something like that. This is probably my least favourite page I've ever done for this for this comic, and it's the final one. But hey, in a way, what better way to finish than with a slightly rubbish page? Hopefully, it at least takes the pressure off everyone else who's working hard right now to, I'm sure, produce something absolutely marvellous. It was 420, everyone, blaze it. And I don't think I even really said it, but, you know, I'm focusing. Got a really up against it. There we go. So, brush, draw that on there. Okay, so he's enjoying himself. I might draw a little crab or something. I don't know what I'm necessarily going to put in these top two. Pup George, are you in the chat? Are you completely? Are you theoretically wrapping it up to the point that, like, if it ended on your page, it would still look like a conclusion, or are you leaving anything left unsaid or undone that I need to do? Either is fine. I just need to know. Obviously, if there's any typical kind of end of the detective movie fare that hasn't been done, then you know, I can obviously work on that. But if you're planning on doing it like it, you know, you could roll credits immediately after yours, then that's fine. But I just need to know one way or the other. If you are indeed in the chat at all still, hopefully you are. I think crabs have 8 legs, actually. Could be wrong. They certainly don't have eye stalks, so it doesn't really matter if I've got the number of legs right at this point. Why is it that crabs are given eye stalks in most kind of animated fiction? Seems to be the way, I think. Crabs are often portrayed. I'm here. No, I don't think I'm doing anything that needs following up on. Excellent. Okay, so I'll probably start my top left frame with like 3 weeks later or whatever. He's a happy little dude. Love him. Fab. Well, Billy just needs a drink, I think, and then he's probably okay. I'm really disappointed with that as my final effort. I was pretty pleased, relatively pleased with where's my account? Here it is. I think my most recent one is, quite nice, quite atmospheric. I like this bit. I think this is good. Look at that. I think that's great. And then this is what I've produced today. But that's fine. Hey, all abilities are welcome here, even my lack of ability. I think partly what bothers me is that his eyes are shut. Don't think I want that. I think I want open eyes. I know he'll probably look slightly less relaxed, but he's got his hands behind his head. He's probably fine. It's the kind of the colour scheme as well. I don't really like the colour scheme, but never mind. So if I get some wide eyes. No, I said wide eyes. Don't like his mouth either. Making an executive decision to... We're tidying up this face a bit. I've got the time. It's 8:30. I just got bright eyes in my head. The Tiswas version with the kid dressed as a rabbit. Now that is a deep cut into that's not even like a Peter Austin kids TV reference. That's a kids TV reference to something that is before my time that I just happen to be culturally aware of. I'm now going to have to provide context for that. The Tiswas rabbit boy singing Bright Eyes. Yeah, okay. I know you all want to know what that is. These cheeks can't be going below the mouth like that. That doesn't make any sense at all. What I'll do is they don't think they need the black outline. That's sort of okay. His mouth's now a bit kind of skew-whiff, but he looks relaxed. Don't know. Probably need a bit of a gap between his goatee and his beard, but something like that. Look how happy he is. He's happy. His coat is absolutely disgusting, but that's fine. Good. He's a happy man. It's still kind of very primary school. That is the kind of thing that your child would bring home from school and you would stick on the fridge. But maybe that's because kids are good at drawing beaches. Or, well, kids do a lot of drawing beaches, I think. It's the kind of typical childy drawing. Maybe if I add a bit of shading, it'll look slightly better. So, I am gonna... I'm hoping it doesn't have the actual backing track to Bright Eyes. Tis was. How do you even spell Tis was? I don't even know. Tis was. Okay, here it is. Hang on, let me check the Google. Okay, I think this is probably safe. If Adam Pacitti can watch some of the stuff he watches on his streams, then I can get away with this. So this is a show called Tis Was. I'm gonna have to mute the backing music, aren't I? Hang on. Let me shut that up for a minute. This was Tis Was. This was a thing that was like probably my parents' generation. And this used to happen, I think this happened more than once. It was like a regular feature that a boy dressed as a rabbit, holding a big carrot, would stand and sing Bright Eyes. And it became quite a famous part. It's quite a heavily associated thing about Tis Was. Matthew Butler, his name is. I think it's a live band, so we can probably get away with it.
Is it a kind of a dream? Floating down on the
Tide.
Following the river and death down the stream.
We'll get.
Or isn't it a dream?
We'll do one chorus and then I'll get back to the art.
There's a fog along the horizon.
The horizon.
A strange glow in the sky.
People in the chat are really upset by this.
Nobody seems to know when. What does it mean? Is in a dream.
McPeety says, makes Dick and Dom in the Bungalow look sane. They had this boy grown up on Dick and Dom in the Bungalow. He came in. They used to have a segment called Strangely Talented, where people would come in and just like do plate spinning or ride a unicycle with a knife on their nose. And this guy came in and sang really badly, Bright Eyes, dressed as a rabbit, and none of the kids understood the reference, and I didn't at the time, but here we go.
Bright eyes, burning like fire. Bright eyes, how can they close and fail?
Really there. How can you lie?
The birds so brightly.
Hang on, is he miming? Look at this lip sync. He's miming this. I'm sure he obviously sang it originally, like they recorded it like before the show. Look at this.
How can you lie? The birds so brightly. Suddenly birds so pale. Bright eyes.
I think he's miming. Okay. So that's that. Good. Yeah, he was on Dick and Dom in a Bungalow. Show us. What? I don't know if I can. Hang on. It might be available. What's he called? Matthew Butler. Matthew Butler. Dick and Dom. Oh, actually, yeah, it is. Oh, it's here. Okay. Oh, it's 10 minutes long. Oh, it's all the behind the scenes. This is him going to the burning like fire. Bright eyes. How can you burn so pale? Sing one of those. He wants you to sing. Wow. How can the light burn so brightly? Suddenly burn so brightly. Bright eyes. It's worse than the kids. I forgot how bad it was. And then I think Dom is like, oh my God, is it really you?
Are you here?
Well, I used to be on a show a little like yours called Tis Was. Oh. I used to fit.
Oh, he's got down on one knee, wasn't he? Marry you. Come on.
You're fit in that now.
I'm fit. I'm fit. What?
No, you're fit in that.
Is that the actual costume that
That
was
is
on
the
Tis Was?
very costume.
Oh my God, there it is. That's his bright eyes costume.
Tis was your mum and dad's bungalow.
Right, Tis was your mum and dad's bungalow. There we go. That was a little break there. Just talking about Tis was and watching the scary rabbit boy that really upset the chat. Thank you to Tagman Beasley. Let me bring the music back. There we go. Tagman Beasley for subscribing for 9 months. That's the baby length. Thank you very much indeed. Congratulations. It's a kind of nightmare, says Elfin. Is it a kind of nightmare? I don't like the boy. What am I going to do with these top two? Can we watch an episode of Dick and Dom on a stream towards Christmas? TripleJump, lol. We could do, maybe. Normally Christmas I reserve for some sort of oh yikes. You know, a kind of a wonky 1980s kids fantasy drama. Oh, I'm not gonna have room for the words 2 weeks later on there. Jesus. 2 weeks later. Dot. Help me out, chat. What do I draw in these two? The final panel is him leaning back onto the sand, and there's a crab. We can have dialogue. We can have a close-up of his face. We can have. Oh, I know. I'll do, for the first one, I'll have a newspaper. Oh, in fact, maybe he's got a copy of it. Maybe he's been reading it. Yes. Yes, that's what we'll do. It is a bit disturbing, I suppose. That song is about death as well, isn't it? Why did they get a boy to sing a song about death? And he dressed as a rabbit, I guess, and because that's, because it was Watership Down, which also is all about death, pretty much. It's not all about death, but there's an awful lot of death in Watership Down. There's more death than anything else, anyway. I went out in the fresh air on Saturday mornings as a young'un, says Elfin. Oh, did you not watch Dick and Dom / Tiswas? What were you doing with your Saturdays? Come on. Tiswas was your mum and dad's bungalow. Okay, let me work out what this is going to say first. So he's maybe... How would you be holding it? Oops. Well, with a thicker line for a start. Good. Now we need this disgusting coat colour to colour this in. I hope you guys are all enjoying yourselves. I hope you're all doing art or something, or just relaxing. It's not been the most relaxing art stream I've ever done, has it? But, sometimes you guys just need to check yourself. I need to keep you guys on your toes. Peter, I hate it, says Labrotovich. What do you hate? What do you hate? You hate the rabbit man? We still talking about that? Labrotovich hates something. Wonder what we're going to watch this Christmas in terms of weird kids TV, because I've got the option of we could follow up last year's Narnia with the other ones that they made. They did they did Prince Caspian, Voyage of the Dawn Treader, and did they do the Silver Chair as well, or I don't know. So there's those, which I've never watched. But I'm sure they're, to some extent at least, a bit flip. But there are other things. I almost don't even want to say them, actually, in case people get curious and go and watch them without me. Go and watch them before I stream them. But yeah, there are some Box of Delights style Christmassy things. Pup George, if you're there, I know you said you were before. Now I'm asking a lot of you, but I guess because I'm going after you, I kind of need to know: is Rules Boss dead or not? Because I'm wondering what the headline should be on this newspaper. Just want to know whether Rules Boss lives and maybe presumably then gets put in jail or dies, or maybe he lives and escapes. Or maybe it's just left ambiguous, which is also fine. The daily... Yeah. Love it. I haven't said one way or another. Okay, that's fine. Rules. Oh, I've spelled arrested wrong. Oh, I'm not gonna have room. Maybe foiled. Yeah, that's fine. The Daily Rules Boss foiled. It's a big headline, isn't it? It takes up the entire front page, but that's fine. Good. So then we'll have a bit of the sandy colour. I think I'll merge all this for now. Well, I'll say for now. I mean, if I merge it, then it's merged. But yes. And then behind here. Oh, it's going to be in my head all night now. All night. Bright eyes. Burning my retinas. Honestly, I was surprised by how horrified you guys were by that. I mean, it's rubbish and, you know, tacky and weird, but I didn't think it would scare you as much as it did. But now I can kind of see why. Oh, stop singing it, Peter. They don't want reminding. Oh, Mr. Bit. Mr. Bit. So it's 5 to the hour now. 5 to the hour. So we'll be finishing the stream about, don't know, quarter past. So if you are doing a comic page, please attempt, if at all possible, to make your finishing touches if you haven't already. And then get it posted on hashtag TJArt on Twitter. And I will try and stick them in order before we reveal the final thing. I'll get them all open in separate tabs, and I'll arrange the tabs in order so that we can kind of enjoy it bit by bit. I wonder if that was a kind of a really backwards way of me doing what I just did, like doing all those background layers. But hey, worked for me. There we go. View it. It's 70s TV, Peter. It wasn't a good time knowing what we know now. Well, I mean, yeah, that too. I mean, that wasn't even Oh, wasn't even in my mind. Fun fact, Donnie Darko's plot was based on Tiswaz's Bright Eyes. I think it probably was, yeah. I can see that. Headline could be Rules Boss clone found dead. Well, we'll see how it goes. I found a copy of the Box of Delights in my local CEX last week, says Forgotten Media. I mean, that is almost some Forgotten Media. Worth getting hold of. Voyage of the Dawn Treader is terrifying, and they did do the silver chair, can confirm. Jeez. I drew 3 hats. They all look differently, says Lobrotovich. Okay, yeah. So if you're doing a page for us today, get it wrapped up. Oh, he's not got his hat on. He has a hat, doesn't he? Maybe his hat can be by his side. There we go. That's nice. I will do a little bit of shading. Oh yeah. Okay, that will do. Something like that. I don't know. That's fine. Good. And then maybe this one is just a little close up. Come a little close up to the camera, son. Pop your head further closer. Oh, come on now. Give me a bit of smoothing. It's not going well. No. 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 No, he looks like a thumb every time. I don't want him to look like a thumb. Yeah, maybe like that. That's fine. You might ask why I don't use the fill tool. If you're not familiar with Photoshop, there is of course a fill tool. Here it is. But Photoshop, unless you're clever, is a piece of crap, and it like does that because it can see all this like anti-aliasing. It's like not the same color. That color is different to this color. So it's like, oh, you mean you don't want me to fill? You just want me to fill in the pure white, right? Not this. And I know you can change the tolerance here and like move it up, but then if you move it too high, it'll just color the entire flipping canvas, or in this case it won't do anything, but yeah, you can like change it so that it kind of colors in more stuff than it is doing. But yeah, it's a piece of work, so no chance. Occasionally, though, I will do it like this. Oh, no, not like that. Why is that? I don't know. Because the tolerance, that's why. Bleu, bleu, bleu. move that down. Or no, it's not because of that. It's because there's no background there. I don't know. Right. I'll just do it like this then. Oh, that was really good. Got very close to it all the way. I know, it's because I'm behind it, that's why. I thought I'd really, like, cleverly, really carefully dodged around it, but no, I didn't. Really impressed myself there. It was a layering thing, a layering issue. Cool. Like how everyone's done slightly different billies in every single frame that we've got. Sometimes his sideburns are kind of joined up to his hair, sometimes they're not. Sometimes he's got like a full-on kind of David Brent mustache. Sometimes he doesn't. It's good. No, I asked for black. There we go. Again, this isn't my best Billy. Drawn a few Billies in my time. This is not the best one I've done. That's rubbish. But sure, what can you do when time is of the essence? Maybe a couple of pupils will help. Absolutely not. It's fine. It's fine. It's a good Billy. It's one of the better Billies. Cool. Well, at least I've drawn enough stuff. Can maybe just do the beginnings of his. Yeah, just that down there. And I might just fill this space with a bit of a speech bubble, and then hopefully everyone will be ready to present arms. go. So let's have, I'm just going to use the text tool for this. I think I've earned the biggest font in the world. I think I've earned the biggest font in the world. Hello? Where's it gone? And no, is it enter or shift and enter? Control and enter. What? Hello, Photoshop? Why? Why? What on earth is that? Why is it all the way down there? What's going on? Lorem ipsum. What in the name of Jesus is happening? Alt enter? I don't think so. What? I might just have to do it with two flipping text objects because it just won't do what I'm asking it to. Oh, your leading is huge. Oh, good spot. It's at 400. Okay, that was the problem. Excellent catch, Drew. The leading was at 400. Cool, right. I don't know. Maybe the one we're on actually is suitably cartoony. I reckon I've earned a. What did he say? Vacation? Is he American? Because he's Billy Ray Cyrus based. You know, that's the voice he's got. Yeah, but he's English. He's British. A holiday. Lovely. I mean, it's not quite the ending I wanted to create, and I've not had time to do any sort of shading or anything, so it's all a bit flat and plain. But sure, you know, that's fine. I'll take it. So that's the very last page of the comic. Anybody who wants to post something for today's gallery, get it posted right now, #TJArt. If you have done a page for the Billy Ray Files, please post it to #TJArt right now, and I will try and get them all kind of queued up in order. I've got tabs open for Base Hunter. It's great. We're having a good time. So, #TJArt. Let me see if we've got them all. If we don't, I'm going to be livid. I'm going to ban you all. No, it's fine. So, right, I've got Charlie Von Karmas. I've got Mr. Blacks. There's Carries. Labrotovich. Just hiding these from you guys, so you, obviously you're not getting spoilers. Oh, okay, so I've only got 4 of them. So please do get them posted if you've got them. Team Comic. I will try and get the ones that I've got in the right order, and then I will show it. So, do I still have it on my clipboard? Yes, I do. So it's Carrie, GY Goliath, Lord Brotovich, Jennykin. Harry is first. GY Goliath is next. Lord Brotovich, Jennykin, Mr. Black. I appreciate that you guys can't see anything right now. It's just me messing around. Lord Brotovich. So I'm missing Jennykins, then it's Mr. Black's. Got that. Then Charlie Von Karma, then Pup George. I posted mine, but I'll do it again as I use the wrong hashtags as Pup George. Okay, excellent, no problem. And Jennykin says 2 seconds. That's fine, Jennykin, no immediate rush. We will go through... I will look at the other stuff in the gallery first, anyway, before we go through the comic. But yeah, it's fine. Let me just refresh to see if Pup George has disappeared. It has. I think this is it. Yes. Oh, it's a post-credit scene. Okay, I like it. This isn't by Pup George, this is by someone else. I like that. That's fine. We'll take the post-credit scene. Cool. Well, what I will do then is I will bring up the gallery and I will quickly sort of scroll rapidly past comic pages by a few people. So here we go. Here's Eden's drawing there. It's very good. I like the Deerstalker hat. And there is Donna Chapman's, also excellent. We saw that earlier. We've got these minis that are being kit-bashed by Deadeye Minis, some Necromunda Ash Waste Minis using Elder Rangers and many bits. Like it, big fan. I like the display area you've got there. Oh, look at this. We've got a birthday card for Peter's birthday on Sunday. Keep an eye out on Twitter on Friday for my gift to you. I'll be sure to send the completed version of this for the Tatapeel this year. Happy early birthday to one of the greatest. Oh, thank you very much, Stephen. That's nice. Is this legs? See, I've sometimes been saying, is that legs? Or are they legs? And Ben now corrects me and says, no, it's is this legs, is apparently what I said. My present is Spyro, Star Wars, The Unholy War, and Orcs Must Die. I mean, that is a perfect birthday. Thank you very much, Stephen, for that. That's lovely. Oh, steady. Let's not look at that. Fergus Jeffs. As I'm not quick enough to provide art for the Billy Ray files, here's some Billy art I did for a recent art stream. Use Mikey's photos from the Vidiots days as a base to paint upon. Here's the before and after. So there's before. There's after. Yeah, it could have been a lot better NFT. Wait, are they different? Is that are they before and after? I'm trying to spot the difference. But certainly on the after, you have added that, which definitely makes a difference. I don't know, I'm trying to spot the difference there. But either way, both of those are excellent. Big fan. Yeah, I like Mikey's photo of Billy. We still use it for like anything we need a high-res Billy for. Oh, we've got all these comic pages. Oh my God, look at this. Billy Runner 2049, aka when he draws something for an hour and then abandon it and rush out something dumb. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, I mean, that is what my final page should have been. Like a beaten up, bloodied Billy, not a sort of child's drawing on a beach. But yeah, it's great. Oh, what is this? Oh, okay. Right, let me quickly open that in a new tab. There we go, it's gone. That's one of them. That's one of them. We've got this from Becky Fordham. Smudged the ink on his head and spilt dinner on his tail. Oh no, poor Billy. He's been through a lot worse. He's not down here, but you know, he's got his broken guitar and he is, you know, all his hair's peeling off and stuff, so don't worry about it. Billy Ray Walrus, there he is. Oh, the smudge is barely noticeable and I don't see the dinner at all. Maybe, is that dinner down there? Just a little bit of dinner? That's excellent. Oh, my headphones are vibrating against the keyboard. Good. So, see every half smile. Oh, stay away. Oh, okay. So, I have got all but Jennykins, I think. I've even got the post-credit scene, which is excellent. So I'm also going to pull up the last couple of slides from the main thread of the comic, just to remind us. So, yes, we're all but ready to go. Jennykin is uploaded. Great news, everyone. I hope you're ready for the thrilling conclusion. I wonder if I can find some royalty-free noir music. Royalty-free noir music on YouTube. Film noir background music, noir jazz playlist. No copyright music, it says. I'm just going to trust this account. I'm going to hope that it's got no copyright to it, but we'll see. So let me. I know you guys, again, you can't really see anything I'm doing here, but I'm just trying to get everything all lined up for you guys. I've got yours, Jennykins. I see it. Just gonna make sure they are in the correct order. So one last check. It should be Carrie, then Joe Goliath, then Lobrotovich, then Jennykin. Okay, yep. Then Mr. Black, then Charlie Von Karma, then Puck George, and then there's apparently a post-credit scene that someone's done, and then there's mine. So here we go. Bit of noir playing. You probably don't want noir jazz while there's an epic fight scene happening, but whatever. Just anything will do at this point. It's not been the best stream in terms of organization, has it? So let me mute this. Let me find one that's a bit more. Okay, yeah, this will do. Just what you want for an epic fight scene, right? So here we are. So here's where we left off. Let's start the autopsy and then question Scandal Penguin. Hey, if you want answers, we can't stay here. Is that quite loud? Should I just turn that down slightly? I don't know how loud is loud on this computer, but I'll just make sure I'm audible. Just a little bit of background music is fine. Moments later, let me put it this way. Kidnapping sure is challenging. Oh, and then behind Billy, a man in a hat. I'm a head out. Oh, here they go, the confrontation. He's got his phone. It's going to be bad. It's for you, says Rules Boss. Oh, and he biffs him. It's for you. That would be his finisher on Mortal Kombat. It's for you, biff. Oh, he looks cross. But hey, don't worry, because he's fallen to the floor. You will not get away with this. Go, go, Billy Ray. Rope hat. Wow. Hello? Oh, he's all caught up. It's the end of the line, Rules Boss. Very good. Very good. Hang on, let me make sure I can see the chat in case something's gone wrong here. Okay, end of the line, Rules Boss. Oh, chuckle. That's from Rules Boss, I think. What's so funny? Did you think we could be defeated so easily? We? Yes, it's Rules Boss. Hello. Yes, it's Rules Boss. Hello. Yes, hello. This is Rules Boss. Hello. Let's get a close-up of that. Oh my God, the full Rules Boss army has arrived. Yikes. There they are. It's over, Billy. We have you outnumbered. Oh, you think I came alone? Miley, Walrus, and Hannity Montana have arrived. And my dear Walrus clan, never underestimate them. Now let's kick some wall ass. She swings in. She comes in like a wrecking ball. Minus 100 health. She takes down all of the Rules Bosses. Hats are all over the floor. Maybe if we sell all these discarded hats, we'll finally be able to pay James Jenkins. And as they all stood facing the same direction in a completely natural manner, Billy Ray remarked, "Who will look after the games challenges for Games Challenge now? We'll have to look far and wide." Here we have the victorious team. Oh, they've all assembled. Look at that. You've got Billy, you've got Miley. I guess Hannity Montana's off to the edge somewhere. Scandal solved. There's Bime Bumblepiss in the background as well. Ruse Boss has come back. Our double agent. And even Dick Mychinko is there. And we've also got an unexpected post-credit scene from 9-inch Nail Tech. Oh my God. Oh, so I think this comes after mine, actually. Oh, I see. So, 2 weeks later, the Daily Nye, Rules Boss foiled. He's very happy about it. I reckon I've earned a holiday. Roll credits. But then, this is a great idea as well. As he lies there, enjoying the sun, sea and sand, coming over the horizon. Oh my God. It's Steven Seagull, or his friend, or something, I think. I think that's the implication there. Yikes. It's never over for Detective Billy Ray Walrus, Private Eye. Well done, everyone. Mr. Black says this was worth all the stress, and I completely agree. Thank you, everybody, for putting up with my very, very difficult... Oh, it might be Steven's brother. Psycho Seagull. It could be. It could be Psycho Seagull. That's even better. It's a brother revenge plot. Fantastic. Dun, dun, dun. I love it, everyone. The post-credit scene really set it off, because it also means that this isn't the final page anymore, which makes me very happy. Oh, I love it. Well done, everyone. That was a lot of fun. I'll post all those pages onto the main thread, and I might even put them together in a kind of noir video. That noir music just stopped, didn't it? What happened to it? Oh, it just stopped by itself. Okay. But I'll put some music like this in the background and maybe have it so that it turns through each page. I'm very impressed with everyone who was involved today, managing to keep... oh, there's the order. Keep things coherent. That's very well done. I'll just check the latest TJR in case we've had any final submissions. But I don't think we have. We've got pages there, and yeah, that's the most recent non-page that we saw. Thank you so much, everyone. Everyone who was involved in the comic today, but also everyone who just got involved in the art stream in the usual way. I promise not to do such a chaotic, kind of out there, weird... Oh, have we got double music? No, we haven't. Weird... No, we've not. I'm just checking the levels. No, we don't have double music. Okay, that's good. I won't do another weird one again where, you know, I feel like maybe people who weren't involved in the comic today might have felt a bit left out, even though they were still doing art and still getting involved. In future, I want to do stuff where we're all just drawing the same thing and so on. But I just thought, when is that comic ever going to get finished? Because whenever I'm not doing an art stream, I forget about it. And then whenever I'm doing an art stream, I'm like, oh, that comic, need to finish that at some point, don't we? And then like I say goodbye at the end of the stream, and then I forget all about it for another month. So that needed to be done. It would have been a shame if it had just been left on page 27 or whatever it was. So I appreciate everyone putting up with the stress and the slightly unorthodox manner in trying to do an improvised comic, yet all agreeing on what you're all going to draw beforehand. You know, you were up against it, but you did a great job. But also, as I say, thank you to everyone who just drew their Billy portraits today, Detective Billies and so on. They were excellent. And anything else you did as well, whether you were building minis or just chilling out, listening to the audio, whatever you like. I've had a lovely time, and I'm very pleased. So well done, everyone, and keep an eye on my pinned tweet for all of those pages together. And as I say, I'll probably stick them all in a little video thing where it's all kind of mashed together, which will be great. Good. I'm sure we'll all get a cut of the stream, right? Well, Jennykin, I promise not to put anyone's art on YouTube or anything like that. I did think that, you know, in future, if we do something like that, it might be nice to have something that can be made into like a book or something. We could get it bound and sell it on the merch store or something like that. But there are all manner of legal issues using other people's art, even if we get verbal, what's the word, consent from everyone involved, I think it's still a bit of there's murky water there. But maybe if we do another project like this in future, we'll sort of set it up so that if you do want to be involved, you have to kind of tick a box. I just pulled my mic out, pulled it down the thing. Tick a box just to say, hey, yeah, you can stick it on the store or something, and we could put all the proceeds to charity, so that TripleJump isn't just capitalizing on other people's artwork. But there we go. My lawyer says you can use my art, TP, as long as I don't sign anything. Excellent. That's good to know, Mr. Black. We'll just do your pages. We'll stick them on the store. That's what we'll do. Just Mr. Black's pages. That was what it will be called. There we go. Thanks, everyone. I'm going to go now because it is Monday evening and it's like nearly 7:30. But I hope you've had a nice time. Go to the channel. There will be a list out. Yeah, keep an eye out for all the stuff that we're doing this week, all the usual stuff. I will not be streaming next Monday. I will be away for my birthday. But I will then be back the following week to play some Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. In the meantime, we will do a Quipscope. Fingers crossed, I'll be getting my copy tomorrow. So there'll be a Quipscope tomorrow, or, well, no, not tomorrow, probably Wednesday, because I'll play it tomorrow evening. And on Wednesday, we'll do a Quipscope. So, yeah, keep an eye out for all of that and everything else that we do. And I hope you have a lovely time tonight with your Monday evenings. Last thing we will do is do a raid, potentially, if we have friends of the channel who are currently live. I will just have a look-see. Looks like Lydia and Rythian are live. I don't think I've raided Rythian for a while, so I will give Rythian a raid. Rythian. Because I think I raided Lydia not so long ago. Is Rythian's Twitch URL just Rythian? I think it is. Yeah, that's fine. So go say hi to Rythian if you like. He's playing something. Legion TD2, whatever that is. This channel is intended for mature audiences and has follower or subscriber only chat. Well, you best give him a follow if you want to talk. But there we go. Lovely. Right. Well, bye for now, everyone. I hope you all enjoy your Mondays and go raid Rythian. Cool. All right, then. Bye-bye.